Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at some new water filter gear from a company whose products I've previously reviewed before, SurviMate. Alright folks, welcome back. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. I know we had a good time here. Anyway, it's time to get back to business. I got some new products in from SurviMate. If you remember, I reviewed their 4-stage, their little green pump filter, and I'm very pleased with that. I've actually tried it out a few more times since the review, and it seems to be performing very, very well, and it's a very efficient filter. Honestly, I've never owned a pump type filter. I've always had the, the little Sawyer squeeze filters, and I'm really liking it. So when they offered to send some more stuff for me to look at, I was like, hey, I love alternatives. You know, alternatives price-wise and gear-wise are always good, and I like to bring you stuff that's a little more affordable, so I jumped at the opportunity. So, what we got in front of you today is, we're going to start off with this guy first. This is the SurviMate water filter bottle and water straw, okay? The bottle itself is kind of similar to most of the Nalgene bottles you've seen. Okay, it's fairly simple, very well made. It is BPA free. It's FDA approved, it's heat resistant, it's very durable. It's made of, food grade Triton copolyester. Yeah, say that 5 times fast. So all in all, it's safe to drink out of, is basically their point. It has the 4-stage filter. Now I'm going to show you, I do have a little, where's my graphic over here? I don't know if you can see that on camera, and you probably can't, but I do have a little graphic here, so I'm going to show you on the filter, the 4 stages. Okay. So we start out at the bottom with the UF membrane, the medical grade UF fiber membrane, okay? Up top here, you have the coconut shell activated charcoal, okay, or carbon. Then, next up you have the antibacterial beads, and at the top you have medical grade cotton. So you're getting 4 different filters in there. So unlike traditional filters that are maybe only 2 or 3 stage, this one protects you from virus, harmful chemicals, heavy metals, along with bacteria and protozoa. You just fill up the bottle and drink it. It's a fairly simple operation. You'll notice there's some water in here already because one of the complaints that I heard in reviews of this bottle was that it's very hard to take water out of because it's 4 stages. Well, I filled it up with just some regular water, and I was actually shocked to find that it's really not all that difficult. It does come with a lid here and a protective cover, which I think I'll keep on there because I like having that, in case it's knocking around. It also does have a compass. Can you see the compass buried in there? And it is working. Sometimes these little button compasses don't really work very well, but it is a functioning compass, so that's pretty impressive. So what we're going to do is I'm going to fill it up with some water. You're really not going to be able to see how clean the water is unless I spit it out, and I don't think people want to watch that. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of information on where my water came from. That noise you heard was this bottle. We have very clay soil out here, very clay-like soil. One of the problems we have with it is that even when you filter out all of the dirt and muck in there, it still kind of tastes like you've been drinking something with clay in it. So I want to see if this 4-stage filter can take that taste out. So I'm going to take a little bit of this because we have to use this also to demo the other product. And I'm going to pour some of it in here. You see, we got a good amount of murky water. And we're going to screw that on. This does come with a carabiner if you want to hook this onto gear. You got your little strap there, but you can use a carabiner. Now let's see. I'm going to take it off camera here. Wow. No clay taste. That really is impressive. This is actually going to go in one of my bags. That's impressive. I can't tell you how hard it is to get that clay taste out of this stuff with this soil out here. You can almost smell it in the air when it rains, and that's really impressive. Yeah, my first time took about 3.5 pulls before I got water. The second time I pulled and right away I got water. Yeah, no clay taste at all. Yeah, I just wanted to spit it out on camera, off camera. Yeah, it's clear. So I'm really impressed with that. I really, really like this product. If you remember, I reviewed the Life Straw water filter bottle adapter. That one was only 2-stage. Okay, it did less water than this, and we'll get into that in a minute. And it costs more. This is $27.88 with free shipping, the whole thing. I will have a link in my description down below where you can pick this one and the other item we're going to look at up. But yeah, no, I'm impressed with it. So this goes down to 0.01 micron. The bottle capacity is 650 milliliters. Its operating temperature is anywhere from 32 degrees to 90 degrees. The dimensions are 9 inches by 3 inches by 3 inches across. And it's got a lifespan of 1,500 liters, depending on the water quality. Now, they say the shelf life, I've read where it's indefinite and some of it says 5 years. They say the shelf life for this is 5 years. If you're not really drinking horrible water by the gallon, I'm sure, you'll probably be pretty okay with it. One of the things they do tell you to do is to back flush this when you're done. So when I'm done with this, we're actually going to take this out and back flush some clean water through here and out the other end. But yeah, that's really impressive. I mean, seriously, that's one of the reasons I like reviewing stuff on camera, because you can tell I'm not telling you a bunch of baloney. Yeah, there we go. You can actually see the water coming out. I wondered if I could squeeze it to get some water out. But you can see the difference in the cloudy water and that clear water. Oops, got my finger in the way. So yeah, that's definitely an improvement. So let me clean up this mess and we'll move on to the next product from SurviMate. All right, now we're going to move on to the SurviMate straw. One of the things I did want to mention about the bottle, and I forgot to mention in the previous video, was that these are replaceable, and they do sell replaceable filters for these. But you get a good 8 to 9 months and a bunch of gallons out of it. They say 1,500 milliliters. 1,500 liters. I'm sorry. You'll get a lot of good use out of that before it needs replacing. And when it does need replacing, you will notice, because it gets harder to draw out of the straw. So let's move on to the straw. Now the straw comes kind of looks similar to a Life Straw. That's just my own personal observation. It is a 2-stage filter. It does remove up to 99.99% of waterborne bacteria and waterborne protozoan parasites. And it filters down to 0.01 microns. It also can remove the smell of bad water, sulfur smell, stuff like that. I don't have any sulfur smelling water here, and I can't think of anybody that's got a well with it, so I really am not able to test that. But this has the super macaroni fiber membrane composition and activated carbon on top, so it does remove the smells of water fairly well. It's perfect for preparedness or survival, for bug out bags, stuff like that. I wouldn't hesitate to combine the two of these, say, in some bug out gear. Because when I do bug out gear, I always think 2 is 1 and 1 is none. Because if this fails and you don't have a backup, what are you going to do? But I wouldn't hesitate to take either one of them. If you're getting stuff that might be really questionable, you really want to move to the 4-stage filter. But if you're just drinking from a stream, downstream, no dead animals in the water, nothing that looks bad, you'll probably be okay with this one. So, after we get the smell of bad water out of there, we want to test the efficacy of it with this nasty water here. Now, another feature this does have that I like is if you've got one of these water bags, and everybody's selling these water bags now, so if you want to check them out, you can just screw onto the bottom here and filter it out this way. This is probably how I'm going to demo it, because obviously you can't see me drinking it. You can't see inside my mouth to see the clear water. The lid comes off, and there's your straw tip there. This can also be configured in a different manner, and it's got its little carabiner on here if you want to connect this to your thing. You can get a big, longer straw here. They give you this piece of tubing, which will fit, if I can get it on there, all the way down. And you can reach, say, if a stream is further away, if you're a little uncomfortable getting into a stream, you can do it this way, and it will work just fine. So, what we're going to do, this can also do up to 1,500 liters. And for those that I didn't mention it previously, that's 396 gallons. Same with the other one, So that's a good long time. And the shelf life for it is 5 years. So what we're going to do is we're going to test it out. I want to give you just the stats, one last few little bit of information before we test it. It's 2.8 inches by 1.18 inches by 1.8 inches across. And it weighs 2 ounces. So for those of you looking for a light filter, definitely the way to go. So, because I can't drink out of it and you can't see what's in my mouth and see the clear water, what I'm going to do is fill this up with that water there, and we're going to try and squeeze it through. I don't know how well it will work, because you generally need some kind of suction through there, but we'll see. See if oh wow, I'm getting good at that. I didn't spill a ton of stuff everywhere. So, screw that on there nice and tight. Move my bowl over. Let's see. It's going to take a while to get through. I might have to draw it through like a straw to begin with. There we go. Now, I don't know if you can catch it on camera, but you can see that stream compared to this color. It's absolutely crystal clear water. So that's a really nice handy, let's see. Yep. And that also has no aftertaste of clay. It did taste a little, it's hard to explain water. The water did taste a little cleaner, if you could understand that, with the bottle filter. But still, as you can tell by looking at that water, you know, when it came from this and ended up like that, it's definitely doing its job. And I do like the fact that you can fill this up and drink it at a later date. So if you're walking along and you got one of these bags and you see a stream somewhere and you don't have time to stop and drink, but you want to get water, because you always want to be refilling your water, especially where I am out in the desert, you can fill this up and at a later date connect it and drink. So these sell for $14.99. Again, I will have a link down in the description below to both items. I'm going to leave that there just so you can see what we were working with. I will have a link down below to both items. I am surprisingly impressed with them. You know, I wasn't sure because they were a different brand, you know, but SurviMate did me really, really good on the other filter that I have. And I really wanted to try this out and see how they were like. Sometimes products that are similar to others aren't as good. I would say this is either equal or the same as any kind of life straw or anything like that. Just from my own testing here, for me to be able to drink this water and not have that clay taste in there, that really boosts my confidence, because I've had a ton of other filters, even the Sawyer Squeeze filters, that still leave that taste behind. So I'm actually really impressed. Whatever they got going on in these filters, they're doing their job. So I'm going to put the links down below for each one. This one's $27.88. This one's $14.99. And again, I offer this stuff as, you know, just options. Options are good. Maybe you can't afford to spend, you know, $30 or $40 for the kit of the Life Straw bottle kit and only get a 2-stage filter, where here you can spend about $28 and get a 4-stage. So it's just options for you to look at, stuff to think about, and that's why I offer all ranges of products from everywhere. Anyway, I am really, really pleased at this stuff. Gotta say, I really, really like it. This is probably gonna go in my get home bag, because we're doing a whole nother series on that where I'm lightening out the cooking kit and all that, so we'll get into that in a little bit. Waiting on some more gear to arrive. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out our Amazon store down below. These products will be in it, but I have the direct links to them too. Don't forget to check out the Amazon store. If there's nothing in there you like, nothing in there you want, just click through and shop as you normally would on Amazon. With Christmas coming up, the holidays, I'm sure there's lots of stuff you guys are shopping for. So we'd really appreciate it here at the channel if you just click our link and just shop as you normally would. Helps us bring cool gear like this to you. Helps us bring all sorts of a range of different stuff, so you can see the good, the bad, and the ugly from everything. And don't forget to check out our Thrive Life link down below if you're thinking about stocking up on Thrive Life foods. Remember, we still have the, for I think 1 or 2 more days, we still have the Black Friday sale going on with amazing discounts in the Thrive Life link. So it's, again, just click see more in the description there and it'll drop down. You'll see the Thrive Life link for our Thrive Life store. Anyway, thanks for watching today. Stay safe and stay prepared.